everybody, and welcome back to Fantasy Knits, a Traveling Knitter. This is chapter 8. I never know where we are, so I tend to just say lots of chapters and then cut the one that's the right one. So I think it's chapter 8. It could be 7. It'll say it in the title, whatever it is. And today's episode, while I get situated, cross my legs, I decided I like podcasting on my couch. It's comfortable, I have more space than on the chair. Oop, my mermaid blanket almost just fell off. Yeah, you know those knitted mermaid tails you can get? I have one. My friend got one for me for my birthday, and it is surprisingly really soft. And it's really nice to wear. The only annoying part is when I'm thirsty and I need to get up and go get a drink. I'm wrapped up in my mermaid tail, so I have to like get out of the mermaid tail and then I'm cold, whereas with a blanket I normally just like stay wrapped in it. But alright, mermaid tail blanket. I didn't knit this for myself. A friend got it for me, my best friend actually, got it for me for my birthday last year, so this past birthday. But today is going to be a bit of an, exciting. I think it's exciting because I was at Stitches Midwest and I was so excited to go. I took a half day at work. I've been very busy, very swamped with work and with my personal life. Personal being my best friend because she's getting married and I am her maid of honor, and so I am hosting her bachelorette party and her bridal shower. And I live an hour and a half away from her and everyone else that is in the wedding. So it's been a lot of work and the whole thing has happened very fast. So I found out I was doing the bridal shower less than a month before we actually have the bridal shower. So yeah, not a lot of time to do a lot of these things, especially with, you know, having a very time-consuming job. So either way, I was so excited to be able to go to Stitches Midwest. My parents live up in Chicago. They live very, very close to Schaumburg, which is where Stitches Midwest was held. So it was a breeze to get there. And I guess I'll talk a little bit more about Stitches Midwest when I show you the haul that I got while I was there. So I plan to talk about my haul, Stitches Midwest, a little bit more. My finished object, oh my god, yes. So my finished quest, the quest that I just started, and I thought I would do a 20 facts about me. So I've been watching a lot of floss tube, cross stitch. So I like to cross stitch, not nearly as much as I like to knit, but I really like to cross stitch as well. So I've been watching some floss tube videos, and floss tube tends to do a lot of like tags, just like the makeup community, and I haven't noticed a lot of tags in the knitting community, so I thought I would just do some from floss tube. And one of the tags that was floating around in floss tube was 20 things about me, so I'm gonna do that, and hopefully that's semi-entertaining, hopefully. But anyway, let's get into what I have been making. So my completed quest, and I'm calling it completed even though I still have to Kitchener the foot, or the toe I should say, oh it's attached, are these guys. Yes, you're probably thinking, holy crap, these took you 3 months? Maybe like, wait, June, July, yeah, essentially 3 months. I know. It's not that I was in a funk, I just didn't really feel like knitting. So I didn't put a lot of knitting in. Ooh, needles, ooh, let me pull that. Didn't put a lot of knitting into this. I did a lot of reading. I think maybe it's because I haven't been flying very often recently, so I haven't had a lot of time to knit. But anyway, these are my Farmer McGreggor socks. They are by Alice Yu, and I think they came out beautifully. So this is Knitpicks Hawthorne Fingering in the Laurelhurst colorway, and then the toe I believe is Knitpicks Stroll. I don't know. I got it from my friend in a bag and it did not have a ball band on it, so I just kind of had to guess with what it is. And I sort of followed the pattern. So I knit 4.5 repeats on the leg, and I did that, and after I did that I looked at the pattern online and I saw that there was an errata to not knit 4.5 repeats but to knit 3. So once I started getting down to the toe, I was like, you know what, I might run out of yarn. And I'm so glad I did the toe, because I think I would have. I have maybe less than 10 grams left. I don't have anyway. I just bought a scale, so it's coming on Tuesday. Yay, Amazon Prime. So I will be able to figure out how much I have left, but I really think I would not have had enough for the toe. And then once I got to where I would start the toe, for some reason, and I looked at other people's patterns and no one else complained about this, but when I started doing the pattern continuation, it didn't work. Like, it didn't make sense with where I was. So it said finish on row 8 or row 16, and then if you finished on row 8, do these rows. If you finished on row 16, do these rows. If you're doing the middle size, then you do these rows. So I was doing the middle size. I was at the correct amount of stitches, and it didn't make any sense. So what I ended up doing, and I literally had to spend like half an hour thinking this through on the second sock because I couldn't remember what I did, but I just stopped once I hit my 8th row. So I did the 8th row, and then I started with the brown, and I started decreasing my instep only, just as if I was decreasing for the toe. So your slip slip knit, and then your knit 2 together on each sides, each of these sides, only on the top, and then no decreases on the bottom, do a round of full knits, and then repeat it. So then I did that 5 times, so 10 total rows, to be able to do the 30 and 30, and then I just decreased just like a normal toe that was in the pattern, which I think is a rounded toe. So that's these guys, and I'm pretty pleased with them. I will say, so the pattern, it is pretty complicated, and I did have to think, like, this is not something, even after doing 2 whole socks, I still don't have it memorized, and I definitely made mistakes and had to unknit things, but all in all, I'm pretty pleased, and I think it would be really nice, this stitch pattern, in gloves. So maybe someday I will do that, and I think the green and the brown yarn just looks so good with it. So I'm very pleased with that, and those are going to go in my box of socks once I do that Kitchener stitch. So those are going to go up there. And then let's talk about quests that I'm currently on, or actually the other finished one. I did finish the cross stitch pattern for my mom, and I will try to insert a picture. I don't know if I can, if I can, I'll put it over here, but last time I tried to do that, it didn't work, so I may just put it over my face, and then I will stop talking. But I did start it again, because I think I did say it in the last one that I'm going to do it for my coworker, and not much to show, but I really like this Aida cloth. Do I still, I don't think I have the container for it, but it's really pretty, and you can't really tell, but you can see from the Q-snap, oh, there we go. It's a very natural linen look, and I love it. So this is going to be a really nice Christmas gift, and I haven't worked on it, honestly, since that day that I podcasted, and yeah, but I'm really excited for it. I think he will love it, and I think it'll look good in like a very, like a brown, wood frame. Don't need to say woody, it is going to be wood, unless it's like a plastic wood, you never know. Drinking an adult beverage because I'm an adult. But isn't it cute? Look at that little, well, he's not a ghost here. He's a ghost over here. He's a little ghosty. Yep, he's a little ghosty. This is Rhinegeist or Cidergeist Bubbles, which is a rosé ale. It's a cider. And Rhinegeist is hails out of Cincy. Alright, next thing that I'll show you is my recent cast on in one of my acquisitions from Stitches of Midwest. Isn't this adorable? Oh, see, I saw this on her website, I think. This is by Darn Yarn MN. So I saw this and I love this pattern. And then when I got there, I made a beeline for this pattern bag. And there were other ones that I really liked, but I limited myself to one bag. So I got this one, but there were so many I could have picked. I love it. I love the Mamushka dolls, and I do like the peephole. But I have to say, I like the peephole, but I think I like the bags that don't have the peephole in it. Because this peephole, I'm worried that I'm going to get it kinked, like have a kink in it so it's not flat, but I don't know. This is my first time with a peephole bag, so maybe it's a lot harder to get that in there, but I know with cloth I'm not gonna like get a permanent hard fold in it. But what I cast on is a cowl, and it literally looks like this. Yeah, so it is 300 stitches, currently on size 6, and after I do one whole round I will switch to size 8 needles. And I have a connector piece on here because my 40-inch circulars are attached to something else and I don't know what they're attached to. So I actually need to go looking for them because I don't know. Actually, they're probably on Genie now that I think about it. I'll have to check. I'm still mad at that sweater. I need to post on Ravelry asking for help because I have not looked. I brought it with me to Potterfest, which I guess I can talk about later, but I brought it with me to Potterfest for the drive, which was 3 hours long, and I did not knit a stitch in it because I'm just so frustrated with it. So yeah, this is Knitpicks Brava Sport in their Sienna colorway, which is just a brown, and it's very, very soft, and I am knitting, boop, let me just find it, the Waves of Lace. Can you see that? Okay, yeah. It's every time you show stuff in the camera, like the viewfinder gets blocked, so you can't even tell if you're showing it. But Waves of Lace is by Way Wilkins, and it says it's an unusual lace pattern that forms wavy bands of ribbing lightened by eyelets. And it looks really pretty. And not many people have knit it. So I'm going to be entering this into the BK or Brooklyn Knits hipster cowl because you have to have less than 30 projects for it. And this guy I think only has maybe 6 or less. It's out of the 60 Quick Cowls Luxurious Projects to Knit in Cloud and Duo Yarns from Cascade Yarns. I love these books, this series of books. I have just about every single one of them, and every time a new one comes out, you know, I kind of bookmark it to buy it on Amazon because it's cheaper to buy it there. But I love these. I don't knit these out of Cascade, I knit them out of whatever I feel like it, but they're so beautiful, and I don't know why more people don't knit them. I love them, and I have this like desire to knit every single thing in these books, and there's 60. They're just so beautiful. I love them. That's going to be my entry to the Brooklyn Knits hipster cowl, and if I finish it, maybe I will do another one because there is. This one might be the most popular one in this book. It's called the Pixelation Cowl. So there we go. It's some color work, just some pixels, kind of like the Pixel Rise. And I think that would be beautiful. Maybe in like a scarlet and gray for OSU, or Christmas colors. I don't know if Christmas would, like a green and white, that'd be really pretty. And maybe I will have 2 entries. I plan on knitting this for one of my coworkers' wives, who is a friend of mine as well. So yeah, that's this guy. And I'm knitting from stash, and it feels really good to knit from stash because my stash is kind of getting crazy. I made a vow not to buy anything until Rhinebeck, because I'm going to Rhinebeck. And I'm so excited, and I know that's not even like a stretch. Like, Stitches Midwest was the first weekend of August, and Rhinebeck is mid-October or something. So I literally have, a little over 2 months of not buying yarn. So it's not like that's the end of the world, but it's good to put a stop because the Halloween colorways are coming out, guys. I keep seeing Halloween colors. Okay. Woo! I'm starting to sweat. Since I don't travel as much anymore, I've been home, and I got my first bill where I used the aircon all month, and it was $80. So I've turned my aircon off. My aircon has been off for over a week now. It has been a bit of a cooler week, but today it is 80 and I'm sweating because it is 80 inside of my house, which it doesn't feel that hot until I'm sitting on my leather couch and like the sweat is sticking to me. All right. I think that's all I want to show you with works in progress or quests, because I haven't touched any of the other ones. Well, maybe I'll show you the Miller's Daughter because she's over here. Because I do want to pick her up now because I finished Raina. But this is the Miller's Daughter by Melanie Berg. It's so beautiful. So it's Hedgehog Fibers here. This is the Hedgehog Fibers merino lace. Yeah, merino lace in the Genie colorway. And that is the cake right here. It's very pretty. It's lots of pops and neons, primarily pink, but you're getting neon yellow, neon orange, hot pink. The yellow kind of drifts into a green when it mixes with the blue. It's very electric blue. There's some orange. So it's really, really pretty. And I'm pairing it with this orange, and I don't know what this is. So I just thought they would look really nice together. And they do. I'm going to be modifying the pattern because I don't have enough of this orange. At least I don't think I do. And I have like a ton of this stuff. Because the pattern is for fingering, but I'm doing it on lace, and I think it'll be fine. I'll just add more stripes and add more lace repeat portions. Which the lace repeats, they kind of just look like a mess, to be honest. But, oh well. So that's Miller's Daughter. Haven't worked on it, but I plan to work on it. Though I am going to be working on Genie. After I see if I can get some help. If I can't, I'm just going to knit. I'm just going to write down what I'm doing, make it up as I go, make sure they match, and be done with it. Because I want this sweater for Rhinebeck. I want to have a Rhinebeck sweater. And I've already started it. So, yeah, it needs to get worked on. And after the bridal shower and the bachelorette party, I think I will have some downtime between those 2 events and the wedding. To be able to work on it, and then I'll have like a week or so after the wedding to work on it before Rhinebeck. So before I talk about, no, actually I'm going to talk about this, because then if you don't care about the 20 things about me, you could skip it. So I went to Rhinebeck, I went to Stitches Midwest with my mom. And Stitches Midwest is in Schaumburg. It's in a hotel convention center, and when we pulled up, there was an authentic Indian wedding going on. It was crazy, like so cool. My mom and I spent 20 minutes outside before we even got into Stitches Midwest and just watching this wedding. So the groom, or at least who I think was the groom, was sitting on a horse, and there were men all around him dancing. They had kind of like Bollywood music and people drumming, and then the women were on the other side, and they were sort of dancing. They weren't dancing like as crazy as the guys were. I couldn't see the bride, like I didn't, because all the women were beautifully dressed up in their saris. I'm not sure if there is a term for a wedding sari, if they have different names for those outfits. But like in Japan, you have different names for your kimonos, I believe. At least that's what manga and anime has taught me. So they had really fancy saris on, and the groom was on a horse and he had a sword, and I kid you not, he's got the sword, he's on a horse, and he's just like, huzzah, with his knife with his sword, and everyone's like, yeah, cheering. I'm like, he looks like he's going off to war. It was so cool. There's a lot of people, not a lot, but maybe 10 people that were, going to Stitches Midwest, or looked like people that would be at Stitches Midwest, that were stopping and watching. I took Snapchats of it. I sent it to a couple of my coworkers and friends. So that was really, really cool to see. And I now want to ride into my wedding on a horse, because what bigger entrance can I make on a budget? I would do an elephant if I could. So yeah, that was really cool. And then we got in, and my mom was very overwhelmed with all of the options. I kind of knew what it was going to be like going in, just from watching a lot of knitting podcasts, because I had seen Get Lit and Knit go to Stitches Midwest and take video and talk to some of the vendors, so I'd seen what it was, but it was very big, and it makes me even more excited for Rhinebeck because it's going to be even bigger. But I kind of made a rule with my mom, because we went to the first booth, and I'm like looking at yarn, and we're like, ooh, we need this, and I'm like, no, we're gonna do a walk around, and then we're gonna come back to our booths that we want. We broke that rule at the second booth, but we bought necklaces, and I should have brought it over, but it's a glass necklace. The one that I got has a spider on it, and you can wear it as a choker, you can wear it as a double bracelet, and I got one for one of my best friends for Christmas, because I just thought it was so her style, especially with a choker. She's definitely she really likes the choker style and trend, and she's really glad that it is back. So I thought that would be perfect for her. But after that, we were pretty good until we got halfway through, and I was like, Mom, we literally only have 2 hours left. 2 hours. So we got there at 11:30 or 10:30. What time did we get? Yeah, I think we got there like 11, I think, because we were outside watching this wedding for a very long time, and we'd gotten donuts and coffee beforehand. So, we didn't get there right when it opened, but we spent so many hours just looking at everything. So towards the end, I was like, let's, buy what we want and then kind of walk back to where we need to go. I was actually feeling kind of hot inside of there, and I was getting a bit of a headache. So towards the end of it, I just wanted to buy my stuff and go home. And I think it's just because I was hot and needed some water. Even though I brought water with me, I don't know. Maybe I needed more food because I'd only had those donuts. Either way, I did have a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and I loved buying all the yarn, and I can't wait for Rhinebeck, and I can't wait to go back to Stitches Midwest next year. And I think when I go back next year, or I really do need to go in and just with plans. And I did kind of have plans for everything that I bought, and there were certain things that I wanted to get specifically, but my mom was pretty good. She actually bought kits for the most part, so she did a really good job, and I kind of think I should have done that as well, but I'm so happy with what I got. So first thing, yeah, was this bag, and then I also got another bag at Backyard Fiberworks, hand-dyed yarn and knitting supplies, and they gave this to me, and then they gave my mom one as well. I don't know if it's because we bought a ton of yarn there, but it was really nice of them to do that. I had brought a book bag, so I'd been putting my stuff in my book bag, but my mom's holding like this plastic bag overflowing with yarn, so I think they felt sorry for us and gave each of us a bag. So, oh, yeah, so this is the necklace that I got for my best friend. So here is the pin. Well, it's not a pin, it's like a glass bead, but I put a pin piece to it so that she could pin it to the... Okay, is it gonna focus? Let me scoot up. So that she could pin it to this ribbon, which is what you tie around your neck. But, okay, let's try this. So it's really pretty. It is blue, and purple and clear. It kind of looked green on the camera, but there is a bit of green. Just depends on the lighting. And then we also got some Backyard Fiberworks removable stitch markers. So these are the, and I love these tins, and they're the light bulb style stitch markers, which are really nice because you don't have to move your stitches around to be able to put the stitch markers on there because they're removable. All right. Should I go in any sort of order? No. I'll try to keep them together with what... Oh, and I guess I'll show this. I bought these made especially for you, and then you put your name, but they are gift tags for Christmas. So, since I tend to give people hand knit Christmas gifts, like my coworkers, I thought this would be very cute. So I got one of those. Sippy sippy. And let's get into the yarn, shall we? This is Night Owl Fibers, which is hand-dyed yarn in Houston, Texas by Rachel Paulson. Oh my gosh. I saw this, and even though it's a Halloween colorway, I needed it. You know, it's a subtle Halloween colorway. It's got just this beautiful yellow, a very nice tonal orange, and this purple, and I love this purpley blue gray. Such a big fan. This is her basic sock, and it is a 75% merino and 25% nylon, 463 yards in the Haunted Owls colorway. And I love owls, and I really, really like her logo image. It's an owl on top of yarn. So that's really cute looking. And she is on Etsy at Night Owls Fiber. This was one of the things I definitely knew I wanted, and I got this at Destination Yarn, and it came with this cute little bag, came with a Destination Yarn, oh wait, no, that's not it, this is something else. This is a bookmark that I got somewhere. But one of the things I definitely wanted to get was this skein, which is called Athens Bricks by Destination Yarns. It is her letter plus fingering weight, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards and 100 grams. And Destination Yarn is inspired by travel and places she's been, and she has a section on Ohio, and then when she was at Stitches Midwest, she had some for the Midwest. But I wanted to get this because I went to OU, which is what Athens Bricks is. Athens and Nelsonville used to produce bricks, and Athens has a ton of bricks everywhere. That's kind of one of the features of OU, is that there are bricks everywhere. It's really pretty, but terrible to drive on. Very annoying. So I just really wanted this yarn. It's got this really beautiful burst of red, lots of oranges, and then just a smidge of brown. So just really pretty, very autumnal or autumn-like, but also Athens. So I'm really pleased that I got that, and I was searching for it. I got to Destination Yarns, and that's also one that I was like, I'm gonna buy it because I know I want it. Like, I know that is a yarn that I wanted to get. So there's no need for me to look and then come back. I just bought it right then and there. So, got that. And Leading Men Fiber Arts. So I was pretty excited to try out Leading Men Fiber Arts. I got 2 skeins, and I also met Amber of the Yarn Hoarder podcast. She was wearing one of her skirts, and very pleasant, very nice, and she sold that yarn. She did a great job of you know, recommending yarn and saying how great it was, and what was, you know, what was soft, and well, all of it's soft, but recommending which ones to use for different things. So it was really nice to meet Amber, because I am an avid follower of her podcast. So, but I haven't watched her latest one. I just haven't had time to watch it, but it's on my list. So I got these 2. This one I fell in love with immediately. This is the colorway Love You to Pieces. It is their showstopper, which is 463 yards, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon fingering weight. It has speckles galore. So it's a cream base with a lot of orange and yellow speckles, and then some brown speckles, but cool tone brown. So just really pretty. And the yellow, it's very bright. So I really like that. So then I was looking for something to pair it with, and I couldn't find anything in the same yarn, the showstopper. So I got this one, which is their showcase yarn, which is just 100% superwash merino. So I had planned this for a shawl, so that's fine that there's no nylon in it. And I think it works really well together. It is not the same brown, at least it doesn't look like it to me, but they pair really well together, so I think it's gonna be fine. Yeah, and the showcase is 490 yards, 100% superwash merino. So this one does have almost 30 yards more than this one does. So I could make a really nice border with this brown color. That was Leading Men Fiber Arts, and here is their tag. It's got these cool glasses, and it says Leading Men Fiber Arts right there, center stage for color. And they are on leadingmenfiberarts.bigcartel.com. I did get a skein at the Casual Fashion Queen. I know this yarn because of the Grocery Girls, Jody and Tracy. This one is their Moonchild colorway, and I kept coming back to this. This is her 80/20 superwash merino nylon, 400 yards, fingering weight. It is a beautiful, like a marigold yellow with flecks of black that, actually it's blue. I think it's like a black blue, like a very deep navy, and ivory, I would say. So this is so beautiful, and it's very soft. It's a different softness than the others, but very soft. Her logo is a skein yarn with a crown on it, which is super cute. Like I said, this is Moonchild, and she is on www.casualfashionqueen.com. Her booth was organized very good. I really liked how hers was organized. All of her colorways were kept together, and then the sizes or weights were in the certain spots. So I can't remember exactly which order, but for example, Moonchild was in the corner, and then you had her fingering weights, DKs, and then like worsted if she had worsted, but they're kept together in order. Then you would look to the next color and it'd be in the same organization pattern. So I really like that. That made it very easy to look at the yarn, so the entire top row was, you know, all the same. We are not done. We're like halfway. No, we're not even halfway. So the next thing I want to show you is, yes, these. I love, like, I don't know if you'd take fan fiction, but I love yarn that is based off of fiction or some sort of fandom. Yeah, that would be the word, fandom. So I looked at this yarn, I was like, oh, that's pretty. And then I saw the name, Eye of Sauron, and I was like, done, I need this. So this was at Black Cat Fibers, Color Outside the Lines, which I had never heard of before. So since I'd never heard of it, that's even more exciting. This had to come home with me. So it is, like I said, Eye of Sauron. It is their Nomad sock, which is 4-ply fingering, superwash merino 75%, and 25% nylon at 463 yards. It is a tonal gray, is the kind of the base, with orange, reds, very dark reds, blacks, so the grays are blacks, and then this spot of, it's brown, but then there's also like a little bit of green. I love it. So I think the greenish gray is obviously the tower, and then the eye is this goodness all up here. But oh my gosh, so excited. And so then to pair with it, I got just this solid red, which is russet, and it is the same thing, the Nomad sock, 4-ply fingering, 75, 25, 463. So these two together I thought would make a really awesome shawl. And maybe if I got like an orange or maybe a black or dark gray or something, then I could make a 3-color shawl, maybe an oracle shawl. I really want to make an oracle shawl, but I just haven't found 3 colors that I want to do an oracle shawl for. Then I was at the Stephen B booth. I had never heard of Stephen B. He kind of reminded me of Stephen West. So I was at his booth. I don't know if he had his own yarn, but they were selling Primrose Yarn Co., which I've been wanting to get my hands on. So I got one, and I looked all over for something to match, and so this is a tonal gray with some beautiful speckles. So the speckles are red, purple, yellow, green, blue, and they look really good together, and there's very faint green. So I bought this Mad Tosh in the Joshua Tree colorway. So I got these two together because they don't overtly look like they belong, but I think the pair is going to be so good together. So they're single ply, and with the Primrose, this is called Charcoal and Glitter, and I kept picking this colorway up. Every time I was like, oh, this one's pretty, it was Charcoal and Glitter. So it's the one I needed to go with. It's Primrose Yarn Co. is hand-dyed yarn from York, Pennsylvania. This is the Adelaide single ply fingering, 100% superwash merino, 435 yards, 115 grams. And then of course Mad Tosh is my Tosh Merino Light, which is 100% merino wool at 420 yards. And then the last yarn that I have here, because yes, my mom and I were so good with keeping our stuff separated, and then I get home and I bought something for one of my friends for Christmas. And I go looking through the yarn and it's not there. And then I realize all 3 of the skeins from that vendor are not in my bag. Have a mini heart attack, think, oh shit, did I leave it on the ground somewhere? Did I legit leave like almost $90 worth of yarn on the floor somewhere? Like, no. So I text my mom, hey, can you quickly look through your stuff? Are my skeins of yarn with you? Sorry, I keep cutting because of my nose. So my mom calls me and she's like, which yarns is it? I'm like, it's all the yarns that I got from Brew City Knits. So she looks and she's like, yep, I have it. So in addition, I also bought Yzma, Jasmine, and the Glow Cloud. So the Glow Cloud is for my friend for Christmas. Yzma and Jasmine are for me. I would have bought way more, but sometimes you gotta rein it in. And the last things I purchased are Backyard Fiberworks, hand-dyed yarn, knitting supplies. And I purchased all of them in the sock weight, which is 100% merino. My nose! 100% merino, 400 yards. And this is the marine colorway, the bittersweet colorway, and the Trading Post colorway. So Trading Post is a cream color with marina and like a faded, a bittersweet, and then a brown. So these are gonna be beautiful together. Some sort of beautiful shawl is what these guys are gonna be. My mom also got 3 skeins from Backyard Fiber. And the tags are like real stiff. Yeah, they're very, very sturdy. And they're attached by a stitch marker. So I actually got 28 stitch markers. Which reminds me, I also bought a pack of stitch markers from Black Cat Fiber, and they are donuts. So that is my entire haul from Stitches Midwest. I had a ton of fun and can't wait to go back. Cannot wait for Rhinebeck. So if you're still with me, thanks. And if you're going to listen to my 20 facts about me, thanks also. So I thought, I even wrote them down. I prepped it. So some of these things I may have mentioned before, some probably not. But my first fact I thought I would say is I play the flute. I played flute in middle school, high school, and my best friend and I would trade off between first chair. So it just worked out that she was first chair for marching band and I'd be first chair for concert band, so half and half basically, which worked out really good. It was fun. I loved it. I named my flute. Her name is Flo. But I also can play the piccolo and the trumpet. Second fact about me, I collect erasers. At least I used to. I love erasers. They come in a ton of different sizes, and I thought it'd be cute to start collecting them, and then once other people found out, I got more, and it just got way out of hand, so done. But I have a box of erasers. And they dry up, so you can't use them forever, which is sad. Next fact about me, which I was trying to think of just off-the-wall facts, I am obsessed with Disney Kingdoms. It is an app on your phone where you basically build your own Magic Kingdom. You collect characters. It is one of those like time-based, send them to go do stuff that are 6 minutes long, 60 minutes long, 2 hours, 24 hours is the longest. You gain money, happiness, and they release different characters. So Beauty and the Beast came out for Beauty and the Beast. The next thing that they're going to be releasing is Aladdin, because they just did a teaser with like Aladdin's lamp, so I'm pretty sure Aladdin and Jasmine will be released, probably Jafar, And I really hope a Boo is also released. So that would be really cool. Yep, so really like Disney Kingdoms. I've been playing it for a year. I want to say I got it maybe a month after it came out. And I love it. I've even spent some money, but not like a ton. It's been like, oh, if you do this, it's only $3. I'm like, $3. I spend $3 on like a juice. So what's $3? If it'll get me like, what did I get last time? Rafiki. Spent $3 to get Rafiki. My favorite Disney princess is Belle. I am obsessed with Disney. So obsessed. So you may be wondering, why'd you buy Jasmine and not Belle? There was no Belle. Couldn't buy Belle. So, yeah, my favorite Disney princess is Belle. I have dressed up as Belle numerous times. I have like the Vogue Belle painting in my bedroom. I have like an S for, my name is Steph. I very rarely like introduce myself on these podcasts, but my name is Stephanie. So I have an S that's got Belle on it. Yeah, I'm a big, big fan. I love her. I was such a fan of her because she had brown hair, and I have brown hair. Even though it's very dark right now, it's dyed professional purple, so you can't, it's very hard to tell on camera that it's like a purple hue. But I loved Belle because she read, I read a ton, and it was magical, and I love magic and fantasy and stuff, so I just related to her so much. So yeah, Belle is my favorite princess, and she has been ever since I can remember. And it came out in 1991. I was born in 1991, so for those of you trying to do the math, I am 26. Belle has been my hero forever, and back in 2013 when, actually I think it was 2012, when Beauty and the Beast live action was announced, because they had a screenplay writer, and there was rumors that Emma Watson was going to be Belle. I nearly shit my pants. I was so excited, because in real life, my hero is Emma Watson. And I mean, I knew, like, when I found this, that in 2012 that Emma Watson was going to be Belle. So this year, in March, when Beauty and the Beast like finally came out, was maybe one of my happiest moments, because my two heroes are the same person now. So that was really awesome. Again, if you think that's lame, I don't care. I love both of them, whether they're real or not, doesn't matter. 5, my Patronus is a hedgehog, so yes, I am a huge Harry Potter fan, hence I'm wearing a tank top that says Quidditch, and that is a bralette through it. It is not my bra, it is a bralette, and even if it was my bra, who cares? So yeah, my Patronus is a hedgehog, and that leads me to my 6th fact, which is I'm a Gryffindor, but I am a wannabe Ravenclaw. Every test, every quiz, Pottermore, and then that official Harry Potter quiz, like the really long one that isn't Pottermore, I'm always in Gryffindor. Always. Always, always, always. So then when they revamped Pottermore, so you've got like the phone app, I tricked it, I'm in Ravenclaw, but I'm not a true Ravenclaw. I am a Gryffindor. 7. My 7th fact is that I went to OU, or Ohio University. I went to Ohio University for college, and I graduated with a Bachelor of Science in advertising, advertising journalism, specializing in German and general business. And then I have another degree, which is in Bachelor of Business in marketing. So two majors and 2 minors. I just wanted to get as much as possible in 4 years for the same amount of money, because I'm going to be paying for it anyway, so why not get as much as possible? I actually had enough, what is that, credits. I had enough credits to have 3 degrees, but I couldn't like get it to match, and then I'd have to make up my own degree, and at that point it's like, it just didn't seem worth it to me to make up my own degree just to say that I have 3, especially since you have to pay for each of them. You have to pay $50 for each of those degrees. Yeah, they don't just give it to you. So any of you people who aren't in college yet or are going and haven't graduated, yeah, you gotta pay to leave. I was really annoyed when I saw, yeah, it's like, no, it's like 50, but still, like, I have to pay to get in, I have to pay to stay, and I have to pay to get out. Seems all a little crazy. Fact number 8, I can speak German. My mom is 100% German, and my dad, part of my dad's side is German as well. So I am, like more than 50% German. So yeah, my mom is 100% German, so I grew up learning German. I actually went to school for a year in Germany when I was very young, in 1st grade. So I actually learned how to read German before I learned how to read English. Yeah, but I definitely have to say that my German is going downhill because I don't use it, like, ever. 10th fact about me, I am very afraid of needles. It makes me very anxious. I cry. I basically have a seizure and pass out. I don't do good with needles. Next fact, oh, I skipped one. I have lived in 5 different countries, so that's pretty cool, right? So that's the US, Germany, Switzerland, US, Germany, Switzerland, Thailand, and Singapore. 11, my favorite drink is hot chocolate, and my favorite alcoholic beverage is an amaretto sour. Love amaretto sours. 12, I love moving my furniture around. There's just something that I just love moving around because it feels like you're in a new room without having to move. 13, fact about me, I drive an orange Sonic. So my car is a Chevy Sonic, and her name is Mia, and she is bright orange. So I can always see her in the parking lot. My favorite yarn is a single ply. Thought I would add a little fact about yarny things. But yeah, my favorite yarn is a single ply, which I purchased 2 skeins of single ply yarn while at Stitches Midwest. 15, I love office supplies. Love stationery just in general. So I still go school supply shopping. School is just around the corner, and I bought school supplies. I'm not going back to school. I just love notebooks. 16, I dislike boats. I don't like them. There's just something about them. I have a fear that they're gonna sink, but I'm a really good swimmer, so I don't know why I'm not afraid of it, but I think it's because of the sharks. I'm really afraid of sharks too. I guess that could be another fact. So I've never been on a cruise because I'm afraid of the boat. I just don't think I would have I don't think I'd have a lot of fun unless the boat was always by the coast, like really close to it, and we would dock on the coast. I think that then I would be okay if it's on the coast. 17, I enjoy public speaking. I know that is an abnormal thing, and most people don't like public speaking, but I love it. I actually wanted to be a professional public speaker, if that's a thing. I guess it's a motivational speaker is the real thing, but I don't know if I'm very motivating. I just really like to talk. So I love public speaking. My favorite class in college was actually public speaking. 18, my favorite Pokemon is an Oddish, and my favorite starter Pokemon is Chikorita. I love grass type, and in the beginning, and by beginning I mean like the first couple Pokemon games that I played, I didn't intentionally pick grass. That was just the starter that I liked the most, but at this point, I always pick grass. With one exception, Piplup. I pick Piplup over Turtwig. So yeah, Oddish is my absolute favorite. I do play Pokemon Go, and I believe my count is up to 13 Oddishes right now. I just want to be the Oddish girl. I've got a ton. Fact number 19 is an interesting one that, well, I can sleep. I can sleep for 16 hours. I don't have to be sick. I legit can just sleep that long. I have a Fitbit and it tracks my sleep, and I have numerous days, not just one, not just two, I would say maybe around 10 days where I have slept more than 15 hours. It's normally on the weekends because I work, but it happens and I am not mad about it. I love sleep. And my last fact is that I can crack my ears. So I will maybe demonstrate it because I don't think I've cracked them today, but alright. If you don't want to hear this, this might be weird, but okay, so that one just cracked. And that one cracked. So yeah, I can crack my ears. Yeah, so those are the 20 facts about me. Kind of random, and I hope that you're kind of funny, cute, let you know a little bit more about me, and I guess in general, welcome to my podcast. My name is Stephanie, or Steph, and I hail out of Ohio, specifically Dayton, Ohio, which is near Cincy, which is why I'm drinking Rhinegeist. Thanks for joining, and I will see you on my next podcast. Bye!